that Bambi wasn't lying. She wasn't lying, y'all. She wasn't lying on that issue. That. He was so late. And then they would have to pay $400 late fees on rent. It's okay. She wasn't lying. I don't like her, but she wasn't lying. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what you want from MommaDee, but I'm not a liar. Even if I'm wrong, I'll tell you.
And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrap and Khaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is? I ain't got no problem.
Now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I'm gonna have to smack that ass. You know, you're done. Don't call me. I don't want. I'm like T.I. What he saying? T.I. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to do nothing. Cause now it's soon. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record drop,
Yeah, you going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying? You so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move, bro. You playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. And the reason I don't respond back gangsta y'all is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You threw a drink at me, bro.
After the violent argument between Scrappy and Khaotic on LoveAndHipHopAtlanta, tensions were already high, but they took a drastic turn when Scrappy's mother, Momma Dee, who is extremely protective, found out that Khaotic had been secretly seeing Scrappy's wife, Bambi. It was a revelation that Momma was not going to let go of, like a keg of powder waiting to burst. When Momma Dee found out about the secret connection, she was incensed and felt duped by Khaotic, as well as was a part of their inner circle, but she had also considered Bambi to be family. Loyalty was crucial to her, and Khaotic's behavior was an obvious betrayal of her faith. Momma Dee didn't waste any time in addressing Khaotic about his treachery, and she was eager to tell him how she felt as she rushed in his direction. Her voice was sharp and angry from the beginning, and her wrath was clear. Is there any chance you could sneak around and play tricks on Bambi behind my back? Wife of my son, are you crazy? It wasn't like that. He began to explain, but Em wouldn't listen. She responded, don't try to fool me, stopping him in his tracks. You've been lying to me and to my son, and now you're secretly seeing his wife. That right there is a shady, manipulative mess. As she stared him down, her intense eyes prevented him from offering any justifications. Khaotic made an effort to explain that he and Bambi were naturally bonded, but MommaDee wasn't listening. Despite his explanations, she was upset and incensed and made it clear that she did not approve of his actions. Nothing more than a serpent is you. Now that you have violated Scrappy's trust, you are attempting to ruin his marriage. With a tone full of disdain, she said, you've done something you shouldn't have done, behind my son's back and behind my own. This Khaotic realization of the consequences of his actions is not something I will simply stand by and let you get away with. His apology didn't convince Mom. Apologies are insufficient, she retaliated. I don't care what you have to say. You've hurt my son, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. She warned him as she stood there, as if she understood how serious the matter is. She made it plain that this was a serious breach of trust rather than merely a disagreement, and her disappointment in Khaotic was evident. From there, there's no going back. Momma Dee, who had been Scrappy's ferocious guardian from the beginning, didn't hold back. Em eyed him. I see with fury, for whatever reason you may have had, what you did was wrong. You have crossed the line, and I will never forgive you for hurting my kid. Chaos stood there in disbelief and apology as the fight ended, but the damage was already done. It was clear that Momma Dee would never forgive Chaos for what he had done because she was devoted to her family, and there was a secret bond between him and Bambi. shattered that fundamental trust, and the struggle between Momma Dee and Khaotic turned out to be one of the season's most dramatic moments. The bond between Bambi and Khaotic was only one aspect of the narrative. Deeper themes of loyalty, trust, and treachery were also there, and Momma Dee was determined to keep her son and her family safe no matter what.
Whole time, he the one who called me out my name, disrespecting me, talking gangster. I never talk gangster. I never threaten you. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic, you know?
We're getting somewhere.
Not. But I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a motherfucker over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way Khaotic feels. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm gonna stand on that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
We gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Stop. He did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. This what he do. He say something crazy, and he's like, oh, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no son.
Khaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start something. Then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn, he want everybody to be like, oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can really make an assessment of our own thoughts here. I'm
I be watching Cuz I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?
I ain't got no problem, my I beat your ass.
You had a million times to do it.
Wait now, let's
Get on TV to do
Why you
it.
on YouTube?
You on TV, man.
You a clown.
You got a problem with me.
You a talker. Keep talking that boy.
There was tension in the dimly lit room. Although Scrappy was often a hothead who lost his anger easily and was challenging to talk to when he did, something felt different tonight. As he paced back and forth, his thoughts were racing. His mind was a broken record, replaying the things he had just heard, mixed with a mix of wrath and disbelief. Now that he understood, everything made sense. Scrappy had known for months that something was off, but he had never been able to figure out what it was because the clues had been so subtle. A long-looking glance, a whisper too quiet to hear. Under his nose, Bambi and Chaos shared a secret that was kept from everyone.